We're all a little crazy.
Pack your bags, we're leaving for Toronto.
We don't have time to waste. What is extreme philosophy? This is extreme philosophy with Jonah Cartier. I'm an independent scholar. I take walks into the extremities of the earth. I walk out in the sun. It's dangerous stuff. And yes, I'm an ironic, sort of Socratic, ironic, modern day Kierkegaard. And I do this with passion, with gusto, because the children of tomorrow, when I grew up, and even today, people tell me I don't read philosophy, it's so complicated, I don't understand a damn thing. Well, screw it. I understand it very carefully, I understand it all right, and you should understand it too, and the children should be motivated and inspired and persuaded to read philosophy. So that's extreme philosophy, folks, for kids. So you gotta think of it as an interglacial period. This is like where 20,000 year revolution is occurring, and as you can see, things are changing in a global way on the planet, and we're privileged to live in this civilization, which is where a new civilization is being born, and that requires philosophy, a little philosophical thinking, because of these long cycles, like in the Mayan calendar, the long cycle. Well, it's important to think about these large cycles. Venus, at some point in the next 20 years, is going to be coming pretty close, I think, to the Earth. There might be a mix of the atmospheres. There's things of cataclysmic proportions that we're not sure exactly what they are, and this is one thing of cataclysmic proportions. It's a little dog. We're all a little crazy.
Pack your bags, we're leaving for Toronto.
We don't have time to waste. It's a very important business we have to get to, is this thinking. What is thinking? You know, Heidegger asked that. And what is it really? All it is just asking pointing questions and coming up with answers to questions like, what is state terrorism? What is a man walking with the camera? What are we doing here? What is involved in this new birth of a new civilization? What does it mean to be passive? Is there a way that I can be more active in life and do concrete things? And what is the synthesis of all these ideas from the beginning of Greek philosophy, the pre-Socratic philosophers, to the modern phenomenologists? Taking a cigarette break. What's the worst that could happen? I could die. What's the worst that could happen? A big line on my head? I don't know. Thinking to me is something that happens spontaneously. I started doing it probably when I was born, although the thoughts that were being formed when I was just a toddler, maybe not as precise or as I wasn't capable of articulating them. I was just a little child. I was learning language, whether I had some sort of grammatical formation or something in my brain, a module that dealt with grammar before I learned language or was exposed to it. I don't know. I'm not Noam Chomsky. I am, but anyways. Spontaneous. They call me Jonah Cartier. On stage, I'm Jonas Thanatos. My real name's Alex. I do sort of like philosophical walks. It's kind of a sound walk because obviously I'm aware of what's going around me, going on around me in the ambience and the atmospherically, the sounds that are being created around me, cars going by and everything, my voice. And I'm not doing hip hop or anything. I'm not like telling long stories about shit. But you know, I just work. What I'm trying to say is that these are philosophical walks, promenades. I'm not like Voltaire, really. I'm just, I like to think, so it's something that happens often, spontaneously. I think things, and so I do these little walks. It's really for kids that I'm doing it, extreme philosophy for kids. Why? Because children need to not, like they need to realize they are the linchpins on which the tomorrow is to be founded. They are the hope, if there is any hope and optimism about life and this planet going on after the next few years. It's children that are the ones that will guard safely our civilization. They are those that will stand at a vigil over us in our ailing, elderly bodies. Children will take care of us, we hope. So let's teach them to be human, and let's teach them what we learned from our forefathers. And extreme philosophy is serious. Don't you think we live in times that are extreme enough? So for extreme times, we need extreme solutions. I'm not saying, don't get all tied up in a knot over this. Life is good. But extreme philosophy, to me, I think we need to take it up a notch. Start asking questions and examining ourselves. What St. Augustine would have called l'examen de conscience. Examine one's consciousness, the content of one's mind, what's in one's heart. Ask yourself the tough questions. It's not all about performing and being good and having good manners and etiquette. There's so much that is important in life that I don't think we can just let it slide, be passively accepting and acquiescing to reality and things in the world, which are things are happening of global proportions. It's cataclysmic. My name is Job. I'm a book in the Bible. My book is Jonas in the belly of the whale. Behemoth. I'd say about 8 degrees Celsius today. Positively positivistic. Actually atavistic.